Hello, everyone. Today, Gordon gonna interview me, and for some of you who doesn't know him, Gordon is a brilliant entrepreneur. He's always supporter, and today is a very special day for me because I'm launching the paperback of this book, Naturally Conceive: How to Get Pregnant and have your baby even over 40 of age. I have 22 contributors from the top fertility experts inside the book. And today we're going to have a live event with all of, or with some of them. I'm going to showcasing some of them there. And it's a great idea if you can join us. And I have Gordon beside me. He is always supportive. All the time when I have book launch, he always supports me. And I'm really grateful for him. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. Well, Pantia, thank you so much for the opportunity for me to be here to say congratulations. You never cease to amaze me because you're constantly helping, supporting others all the time. And this book here, congratulations, Naturally Conceived, right? You have like how many 20 some odd experts. We're not just talking about individuals you just found off the street somewhere. You have individuals that you have found that actually have valuable information to share with individuals about this amazing topic. I want to let the folks know that I have so much respect for Pantia. When we launched a number of our projects, Pantia showed up and says, okay, let's just do it. I mean, she has that Nike attitude, just do it. We had a television show. She said, let's do it. And she was a featured guest on the show, the Shireen Francis television show, right? And then we had a number of different books, Empowering Women to Succeed. You Can't Afford the Luxury of Negative Thought, 365 empowering stories. And every time Pantia says, I'm in. And she's just brilliant. And now, what's this now? Your third book, Pantia?
Yeah, that's my third book.
Your third, and I hear you have more coming. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Gordon, remember the day I came to the show? I just came to see Shireen Francis show.
Yes.
And then Gordon approached me and he said, why are you here? I said, I actually published a book. It's called Rules of Change for the Better. And he said, okay, let's go on the show and talk about your book. I said, what? I've never been on TV. And he said, yeah, you have to do it. And then I was their next guest on the show.
Yes.
Rules of Change got a lot of exposure. But the problem that time was that I didn't know about the strategy. I didn't know how to be bestseller, or I didn't know how to market myself. But that was a great start. Then I actually connected with Gordon and their team. You have amazing team, Gordon. I always respect you for what you're doing, because as soon as you connect to Gordon, especially if you need some exposure in Canada, he is the best way to connect. Wow. I'm telling you, like for the next time, like I had this book, I republished Rules of Change. Remember? I republished this, and then Gordon said, let's go live on Facebook. I said, wow, that's amazing, let's go live. And then I got bestseller in Canada. I had lots of exposure there because he has lots of connection, and connection is the most important thing in having a good launch team. Having the connection is the most important thing in launching a book.
Yeah, connections are important, right? And yeah, both here in Canada and in the US, we have really good friends that just constantly support us every time we promote a new book. Pantia, let me answer this. This I'm not an expert with the subject.
Yeah.
Fertility.
Yeah.
Why? Tell us why you chose to write this book.
Yes, the story starts when I was struggling with fertility issue for more than 2 years. I was over 40, very tired with the medication, going back and forth to IVF and IUI, all the treatments, and I didn't go anywhere. And one stop, I said, okay, I have to change myself. I have to change my mindset. and I have to quit this expensive medication. As you know, in Canada, it's so expensive. Not
Wow.
everyone can afford it. And the problem with the IVF is that it doesn't work on the quality of egg. It
Yes.
works on quantity. And I recommend whoever who is struggling with this for years and going to this loop of failure, first go and check the holistic checkup on your body. See where is the root cause of your issue. You may
Mm.
have gut issue. You can't believe it, Gordon. Even
Wow.
other problem in your body may end up having
Man,
the fertility issue.
that's interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. So, again, Panti, I'm not an expert with this. I I see some families, like young families, couples, lovely couples, right?
Yes.
And they're struggling.
Yeah.
They're
They are.
struggling. They so much want to have a family, but they're not able to. What's your message for them? What's your message for them right now?
The message is actually my purpose is creating a connection between holistic medicine and conventional medicine.
Okay.
Yes. The point is they are not separable. You cannot separate them from each other, because medicine look at the symptoms, right? You have fertility issue, they give you medication, right, to just remove those symptoms. They don't look at the whole body as a system, right?
Wow.
But the holistic medicine look at the whole body as a system. So you need both of them. You cannot say, I just go with the holistic medicine and not the medication. You may need medication. So
you may need a combination of both.
Exactly. They are complementary. That's what I just realized. And then when I started my podcast and interview with different contributors, then to be honest, it was like a graduation from another university, because I learned so much from them.
I am so impressed with your podcast. I just record, go live. You have so many things that you do. You have intros and outros and edits, and your Spotify and Thistify. You are everywhere.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because I believe there are lots of amazing health practitioners, medical doctors, and functional medicine and acupuncture, that their message are not out yet. So that's why I created this free platform to bring them to the public and create this awareness for the world that there is a need to look at the whole body as a system, and it's not enough just going and use the medication. So that's why I created this book. And for my next book, I'm gonna go through the chronic disease. So it's a different story. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Did you say chronic disease? Well, that's another great topic.
Yeah.
This book, the folks that are watching, they can buy a copy of the soft cover today, right?
No, it's a hardcover and paperback. I have this one, which this one goes to libraries, so everybody can see it.
To the library, okay.
Yeah, and then we have, and the interesting thing is because I bought the ISBN from the government of Canada, they asked me to send the copy as well, so it goes to libraries. And I have all my contributors inside the book, all of them.
Wow.
I believe if you support people who are amazing and resourceful, not only you can add a lot of value to your book, but also you can actually feature them, you can help them. So the support is mutual.
Wow. Talk to me about that a little bit. So you have authors who have a wealth of knowledge that they're actually sharing, that people can apply. And then you just mentioned about authors can use it for exposure, marketing exposure.
Yes, because what happening when you launch your book alone, you are very alone in the journey. So you have to do everything yourself. But first of all, when you have contributors, less time is spent in writing the book. They help you to write the book first. The second thing is you are not perfect. You don't have
Mm.
all the expertise, right? Like
Yeah.
me, I'm a fertility coach.
Yeah.
After having the struggling, I said, oh, I need to coach people with what I learned, because everybody came to me, oh, what did you do? What did you? And I said, okay, this is I have a program now. I have a coaching program. I have a course, So that's why. But I'm not perfect because I'm
Mm.
not acupuncture
Right.
practitioner. I'm not a functional medicine practitioner, but
Okay.
I have this opportunity to connect with the great practitioner, in mostly in US and Canada. I have a lot of connections, so I can refer them if it needed.
That's amazing.
And I,
That's
I
amazing.
learned about functional medicine, how it really helps
Okay.
removing blockers from your body as well.
Wow. So in the book, you have somebody who is an expert when it comes to functional medicine as well.
Yes, I have
Yeah.
Carol Laurie, Dr. Carol Laurie,
Okay.
and she's amazing. She's acupuncturist, doctor of naturopathy, and she's also
Wow.
functional medicine doctor, practitioner, and she has all the package inside. Not her only. All the amazing contributors have their own unique, uh,
Amazing.
yeah, skill.
Now, is she in Canada or is she in the States? Because right about now, I need an acupuncturist. I need some acupuncture right now.
Yeah.
Is she
Oh
around here?
yeah, Ryan Langenecker. He was my acupuncture.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Yeah, I love him. He actually helped me for my pregnancy,
Okay.
and there are other connectors that I in because what I learned, there are some thing you can do online, right?
Okay.
But not acupuncture. You cannot do it online.
No, you
So
can't, right?
definitely need
You
someone.
can't. Can you imagine if you
Yeah.
could put a needle in someone through the internet?
No, you can't.
You just
Yeah.
can't, right? So, what you're doing is almost like what Napoleon Hill talks about, a master alliance, a mastermind. You created this master alliance and mastermind in this book. Who else, like what other expertise is in this book, like individuals? You
Yeah,
mentioned some,
I told you. It's not on, I have the holistic medicine practitioners,
okay,
fertility coaches, spiritual coaches. I have
okay,
psychologists, medical doctor, gynecologist.
wow,
Yes, I have somebody who talk about sex and relationship. And she do couple therapy. So you see, I have the whole package here. I also have Dr. Krista Burns. She's a TED speaker.
TEDx speaker,
Yeah, TED speaker, and
wow,
she's a founder of Posture Institute Foundation, and she let's say I have quotes from all of them inside the book. It is posture by design, not by circumstances. That's from Dr. Krista Burns.
so I like that.
So
Say that it's posture by design and not by what
circumstances.
circumstance. Wow,
You
that's
can
powerful.
create the posture in you, and
Yes,
that helps you be healthier. And even for the pregnancy, she has a lot of recommendation how you can have a better posture. I
mm,
also have a lot of quotes from others and myself as well. When you are open to learning new techniques, it means that you are open to receiving more blessings.
wow.
So yeah, I actually in my book I always encourage people to be more open, because sometimes you say no, I just have to go to IVF, and the problem is they do this in a very repetitive cycle without
Right.
knowing that they have issues.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I have, Dr. Jessica Broshuk. She's a psychologist, doctor of psychology. Art brings a sense of safety and liberty, and that is what you need when you are struggling with a painful emotion. So we are not only going to talk about the fertility in a physical aspect, but also in an emotional and spiritual level. Because as a PTSD coach, I'm also a PTSD coach. I believe that childhood trauma can
Yeah.
affect your body. So
Wow.
we have
What's
Dr.
that? Let's go into that a little bit. Like, talk to me about that. So, you're saying childhood traumas.
Yeah, childhood trauma and all the traumas that you have in your life may block your health.
Wow.
Doesn't matter if it's a fertility, if it's a chronic disease. If somebody has a chronic disease, most probably he or she had something in their childhood or emotionally struggle with something. So I have Dr. Don Garrison and Dr. Janelle Lewis. They both talk about childhood trauma and how it affects your health.
How it affects your health. Yeah. I remember, Pantia, you were part of a series called Empowering Women
Yes.
to Succeed.
Yes.
I remember one day I had a contractor in my house. And literally, Pantia, I was watching, you would know, like Lisa and Rain, they would do Facebook Live, just like you and I are talking right now, and I was watching. And so a lot of people don't know, I have very little vision in my left eye. I'm almost blind in my left eye. So this guy, a lot of people don't know that. So this guy stood beside me for over 10 minutes. And I didn't know because my vision is only on the right side. And he was watching this Facebook Live, just like the way you and I are talking. And also like, oh, and then I realized he was there and he was almost in tears. And I asked him what was going on. He said, well, do you remember the couple of weeks when I disappeared? Because you know how like contractors, they're really good and then sometimes they disappear. Well, I thought he was on a different job. And he said, I was going through an issue with my spouse and she had childhood trauma that she has suppressed for years and years and years and years. I don't know what the name of that is. And finally, it finally triggered her. And now she's in a state where I can't even communicate and talk to her. Right. And so he was saying that I was listening to the authors, kind of like you, right now with your book with the author. That's why I love stories, right? He says, man, did it ever resonate with me? So I didn't know what to say to him. I said, look, if you like, I can give you a copy of the book where both these authors are in there. So I'll try to give it to my wife. Right now, she won't even talk to me. So I don't know like if she'll even read it. And then a few weeks later, he says, yeah, I gave it to her and she loved the book. Right. So I wanted to share that story with you. So there's somebody who had a childhood. I don't know what the rest of the story, how it had ended, but there's someone who had trauma or abuse in her life as a child. And now years later, as an adult, she was still.
Yes, exactly. That's how it works. Like because I also had some PTSD trauma. I read it. I already wrote it in my first book. I don't want to talk about it too much right now. But I just realized if you have unprocessed trauma, it can affect your health, definitely. So it's interesting. The assessment I give my clients, I already talk about this trauma. Do you have any trauma in your childhood? Do you have any emotional problem? And I said, why are you asking this? I said, because this is related, really related. And yes.
That's incredible. Awesome. Well, Pantia, what's next for some of my friends who are watching? When is the book being released? How can they support you? How can they get a copy of the book? What can they do next?
A book has been released already, so they can go to Amazon and say Naturally Conceived. Okay. I can show you right now.
Nice. I love the book cover.
Yeah, thank you. I designed it myself, and I already designed the next book cover. Nice. Yeah. And another great thing, this book already featured in NBC, CBS, and Fox, and on other 100 media outlets.
That's amazing.
And yeah. So I'm doing so much for this book. The reason is because I really wish to share my message with everybody. Yeah. And I already included all my contributors there inside the media.
That's
so
amazing.
Whoever write a book with me, I'm going to feature her in media as well, because we grow together.
Wow. So you're going to feature them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. Well, Pantia, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
I want to thank some of the folks from our community that's actually watching. Please go grab a copy today on Amazon and support Pantia. Pantia, before we go, I want to do something fun, and I'm going to put you on the spot. Would that be okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so I got a couple questions. Let's just have some fun questions so we can get to
Go
know
ahead.
you.
Yeah, I like that.
What is your favorite color?
That's interesting. Depends my mood. I love all the colors mostly, but my brand color is mostly blue,
Okay,
and I love this color.
nice. What color?
Maroon is maroon.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. My second question for you is, what is your favorite ice cream?
Ice cream?
Yeah. What is your favorite ice cream?
I try not to eat dairy product, so I'm not really. I don't eat ice cream too much. But if I want to eat, okay, one day I love something with nuts.
Okay.
So ice cream with nut and probably not milk. I prefer yogurt ice cream, but I don't eat dairy product because
Okay.
it creates a lot of inflammation.
Inflammation. Wow, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Here's a fun question for you, okay? Pantia, if you could, like right now, this very moment, wave a magic wand and do one thing for Pantia, not for somebody else, because you're such a giver. You're always serving other people. Perfect example would be this Collabora book right here, where you put together some of the most incredible, thought leaders in this field, right? You're always thinking about how to help other people.
Yes.
If you could do one thing right now, you could wave a magic wand, and there's one thing you could do for Pantia at this very moment, what would you do?
At this moment, I really wish to share my message. People get the order my book, because today is my day. And so this book already got the bestseller 2 times in Amazon in digital copy. And I really wish to be able to have it in libraries, so it needs more exposure on print version. And what else I need? I need to be healthy and have my family around me. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Health, your family. I mean, during this time,
my friends, my connections. I love my connections.
That's amazing. Well, I know we're still in kind of a lockdown here at home, and we all crave and we miss being around our families, being around our friends. So yeah, I can definitely relate with you on that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gordon, for today.
You're very welcome, and thank you. Everyone, go and get a copy of Pantia's
Naturally Conceived.
Okay.
Yeah.
Naturally Conceived. Go on Amazon, and if you have any friends, you heard her wish. If you have any friends who work at libraries, know someone from the library, okay, reach out to Pantia and make sure they get a copy of the book and get it into their libraries.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Gordon.
You're
always supporting. Yeah.
You're very welcome. This was fun. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.